Hello gardeners, citrus lovers, Marcelina here and Gregg Stevens. So I bring Gregg with me today to discuss the specific citrus environmental stress. So today guys, we're going to walk you through the problems of citrus to prepare you when you get your citrus and grow indoors. So look at the screen while we're talking so you can follow with us.
First week of February, spring is right around the corner. The groundhog did not see a shadow, which means we're going to have an early spring, which just tickles us to death because we hate winter. And spring and summer is what we live for as gardeners, right? So the citrus season is going to be coming around the corner. People are starting to get interested in citrus, and we can tell because of how many people are starting to watch citrus videos and are also purchasing our citrus books, which we have 3 or 4 different books on citrus. As you can see, we have the Still No Fruit, which was an extension off of the video we have called Still No Fruit, and one of our highest viewed videos, and why people ask us questions all the time on our YouTube video. I have a citrus tree. I've had it for 8 years. It's never blossomed. It's never had any fruit. What's wrong with it? And so this book answers all those questions that you guys ask us all the time, and we put it in a book form. Another video that we have, or another book that we have, is the Field Guide to Citrus Pests. And citrus do attract a certain amount of pests, and this covers all of that in great detail. Not just what they are to identify them, but also how to eradicate and get rid of these little suckers. And then another video we have is citrus in container, growing citrus in a container, and we have another one called growing citrus indoors. So those are a lot of questions that people are asking us all the time. This was Marcelina's book on growing citrus in a container. Really good books, a lot of good information. I like to put them in, break the books down rather than put it all in one big book, making it expensive. Break it down into smaller books that are easy to read and more specific based on what you're looking for. So
back to the citrus.
Back to the citrus, talking about the stress that we...
environmental stress. So look at on the screen now, Gregg. If you look at this citrus, you know what you see? You see all those wilting of the leaves. That is the first sign of why this citrus is not doing well.
Right.
So what is your course of action?
Well,
when you say that?
The course of action, when you have a plant, a citrus tree that's been grown in a greenhouse for its entire life, except in the summertime we do bring our citrus trees outside to give them full spectrum sunlight, as opposed in the greenhouse here where they're getting 50%, because we have a sunshade screen over our greenhouse. Otherwise they would cook to death in the greenhouse in the summertime. So we take them outside and they thrive. But in the wintertime we bring them in the greenhouse, and even when we do that, they do go through what we call an acclimation phase. And when somebody buys a citrus plant from us in a greenhouse and they take it home, many of the times, more than not, their plant goes through an acclimation phase, and this usually involves the citrus tree of dropping its leaves, or the leaves curl up and they get dry, and people freak out that have never grown citrus before and they think that their tree is dying. It's not dying, it's just going through an acclimation phase. And what this means is that the plant is in stress. It's going through shock. You just removed this plant from its home, and now you have put it into a new home, and it has different sunlight, it has a different humidity, it has a different watering schedule, and all these things are taking place, and this plant is going, holy cow, what are you doing to me? And it's trying to talk to you by the only way it can is through its leaf expression. Okay? So don't freak out. What you want to do, first thing is what?
So the first thing you have to do, you know, if you find this stress, you have to remove the leaves that are damaged. Because
they ain't never coming back.
You don't want further damage to other tissues. So
once this leaf curls up and gets hard and crunchy, remove it. Okay, it's never going to grow back to being a nice, soft, supple green leaf again. Remove it.
So reducing the further stress of the plant is by removing all those damaged tissue. Now, once you have done that, the next thing is that you have to make sure that the temperature indoor, if you grow it inside your home, the temperature must be suitable for the citrus. Now, citrus is very sensitive in cold, and even calamandin, I know they can tolerate cold, but below 40, the citrus will respond to that. So keep it warm in your home. Once you buy it from the nursery and then you bring it home, keep it warm, and you definitely notice those citrus wilting. Now, then after you remove, what will be your next step?
Well, if it's my plant and I take it from the greenhouse in the house, and all of a sudden it happens to leaves start curling up like that, I know it's an acclimation. But if you buy it from someplace else and it starts to do that, you don't really know what's going on. I want to check the soil. I want to check the moisture in the soil, make sure it's not being deprived of water. And what most people do when that leaf starts to curl up, they go, "Oh my God, it needs water." And so what they do is they get their little water pitcher and they just flood that sucker. And now you've complicated it with another problem. You're overwatering it, and it's a good chance that your roots now are going to get root rot.
Yeah, and in this winter month, citrus doesn't need a lot of water.
They don't need a lot of watering.
You just have to. You need to water less.
What you want to do is, easiest way of doing it, if you don't have a moisture meter, is just stick your finger all the way down into that soil, pull your finger out, and if you feel moisture on there and you see some moist soil on there, don't water it. But if you stick it all the way down there and it's bone dry, water it thoroughly and let it dry out. Don't even check it for at least another week. And so what you don't want to do is make sure you don't put that plant in the house. Don't put it in front of a heater. In front of your heater, that's going to dry your plant out quicker than anything. But you want to have it in a sunny window. You want this plant to have at least 10 hours of sunlight a day. And if you don't have that kind of a window in your house, get yourself some artificial LED lighting. LED, not halogen lighting, because halogens are hot and they will burn your leaves. Get the LED lighting. You want full spectrum lighting. You want that 6,000 lumens. You want 6,000 on there.
That is part of your acclimation time. So acclimate your plant within 7 days, and then address with those tissue damage so that the plant can regrow. It just take times, and make sure that the environment is warm. Keep it warm. Avoid moving from place to place while they're on stress, because you're just aggravating the plants. And then also, that's what you mentioned, you have to provide lights, because that is the most important for any.
Here's another thing. When you buy your citrus tree from a nursery or from a greenhouse, ask them, when's the last time this plant's been fertilized? Now, most classy nurseries are going to have a fertilizing schedule. They should be able to tell you exactly when they fertilize that plant. So another thing, when they start to see, a lot of people, when they see those leaves starting to dry up, they freak out and they go, it needs fertilized. And they go out and they get, this is a good fertilizer. Jack's, I love all of Jack's products. They're awesome. This is the fertilizer we use for our citrus. It's Jack's 20-10-20. This is great stuff. It's water soluble. You put it in there and it feeds your plant instantly, as opposed to a granular fertilizer, which over time it's going to release its nutrients. But a lot of people will think that fertilizing it is going to help solve the problem. No. When a plant is under stress, don't fertilize it. You're just complicating the problem. Don't repot it. People say, oh, no, I need to repot it. No, you're putting it under another stress. It's going to die. If you do that, you're going to kill the plant. Okay? So wait until the plant in the spring, when it's able to be taken outside and you start to get that new foliage out. So when you remove all those leaves off of your citrus that are all crunched up and dying, you're going to start to see new little buds popping out in about 3 weeks. And you're going to go, oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. And if you ever get a branch where it looks like it's dead,
Yeah,
just
then you
take,
can-
just
yes.
break it at the tip, and if it's crispy and it snaps, remove that branch, okay? But if it's still pliable and it has scratch your thumb on the bark of the plant and it's green, you still got life in there. Don't cut it off, okay? It's going to come back.
Yeah, so that is the you know, the stress. If you handling the stress and how to revive your stress citrus and bring it back to its potential. So the first thing, you have to remove the damaged tissue, clean the citrus because it will reproduce new growth when the spring comes, and then keep it warm. You know, the temperature should be at least between
65 and 75.
You know,
Yeah.
if you're comfortable
65, 75.
inside your
Humidity
house.
should be around what?
Humidity should be at least 50%.
50% humidity.
50%. And you have to control that because this is tropical plants.
Right.
And, you know, tropical plants need those requirements. Now, in spring, so how would you suggest?
In
so
spring?
once they recover, because it takes a while to recover, guys. And I'm telling you, because we have that issue a long time ago. We bought one citrus and it was too cold at the back. So we, you know, acclimate the citrus. It took like how long? 1 month to
Yeah, at least
get
a month,
into
right.
to get
At
into
least a
that
month.
potential. So it takes time. Just be patient. Nurture your plants. Don't ignore it, and then it will bring.
When
you.
should they repot?
I would repot once they recover. You don't have to repot. Once they are, you see new shoots, then
And
repot them.
What type of mix would you recommend for citrus if you go to repot?
Okay, here's the citrus soil. This is the one that your composition,
Yes.
and this is very
This is
great.
a premium.
In fact,
This is a. Let me remove the acetic here. This is a premium citrus potting mix. And why is it a premium potting mix? It's got everything in here that's going to support a healthy plant, a citrus plant. It has antifungal. It has neem powder in the mix. Neem is an antifungal, so it helps alleviate, or not alleviate, but to prevent root rot. Okay, it also prevents fungus gnats larvae. Okay, so this is going to kill your fungus gnats larvae. It has pine bark, perlite. We put worm castings in here, which is also another fungus gnat deterrent, and it also has some powerful nutrients in there for the roots of your plant. It also has a lime, which is a pH balancer for your soil. It also has mycorrhizae. A mycorrhizae is a beneficial fungus that helps prevent the bad fungus from attacking your plant's roots. This is awesome stuff. This is what we put in all of our mix, and we said, you know what? We should market this stuff. This is great stuff. We have beautiful citrus plants with fruit. Our trees are bearing fruit in the middle of winter right now. Our citrus trees have fruit. People come in here and they go, oh, can I eat some? Yeah, go ahead and eat some. They've never had, most people, Americans, have never had calamansi before. That's something different for them. But we have this on our website at www.cashyourgreens.com. You can purchase this. This stuff sells like crazy. And we have this also not just for citrus, but we also have it for philodendrons and a general all-purpose potting mix.
Different mix.
Yes, different mixes for different plants.
Different products. So again, the stress in plants. What if the plants the stress is caused by pests and diseases?
Pests and diseases? That's true.
The most common diseases of citrus is most common that many growers face nowadays is spider mites.
Spider mites.
And I had a book on that, on this Bible, Spider Mites Bible.
I got a book on spider mites, just on spider mites, but here's also the field guide to citrus pests. And this has all of the different pests that you can be confronted with in dealing with citrus.
It's very helpful. Once you so equip yourself by watching our videos and some other videos.
If you want these books, go to Amazon, type in Kindle books, and then type in the title of the book here. This one is by me, Gregg Stevens, and type that in there, and you guys can purchase all of these books on the Kindle site on Amazon. Once you find out, well, spider mites I call the ninja bug. Yeah, because you don't realize you have them until it's too damn late.
We had that long time ago.
Long time ago, yeah. It's a bug that you don't even know that you have a problem until your plant is under great stress. And then you'll start to see cobwebbing in between the branches and the stem, and then you go, oh, when you see that, it's too late. It's too late. I mean, you have like maybe a 20%, 30% chance of saving that plant. What you want to do is use a prophylactic. That means don't wait until you see a problem before you take action. Treat the plant as if it has a problem, even though it doesn't. And this is the solution for that. The Aztec Plus, 10 years in the making. Now, Marcelina's background is in agriculture and mine is in biology. We put our two minds together and we came up with researching different things that work organically, naturally, without using harsh chemicals. This you can spray on your hand, rub it in your skin, and it's not going to harm you. It's the main active ingredient in this stuff is azadirachtin. Now,
here's the thing to show them.
Azadirachtin, yeah. Is there anything left in this? We use this stuff so much. Look, this is Aztec right here. I just sprayed it on my hand, rub it in, and I can leave it. It's not. I don't. Some people have. Some people may have some type of
allergy.
Not an allergy, but a little reaction to it. It may, after time, it may bother them a little bit. But overall, it's not going to harm you. The fumes don't harm you if you happen to breathe it. This is great stuff. But azadirachtin is a chemical inside of pure neem oil. It has to be virgin neem oil that this is in, but it's in a concentrated form, more than you're going to find in any other products. If you buy a neem oil product at the big box store, that's hydrophobic neem oil that's in there, which means there is no azadirachtin in the products you're buying at the big box stores. Okay, just to let you guys know. There's other beneficial things that we put in here as well. Natural herbs. It's got some other great stuff in there. I'm not going to give out all the ingredients that we put into this because 10 years of research we put into this stuff. You spray this on the leaves of your plant. You spray the tops and you spray the bottoms like this, and you spray the soil on the top. You can even buy the concentrate. We have this in a concentrate form. You can mix it in your water and you can pour it right into your pot, into the pot of your plant.
Yeah, and we purchased this one last week.
Yeah.
So this is probably in the acclimation period right now.
This is an acclimation, but it's doing great. It's not going through any type of a shock phase. But you pour this into the soil. If you have any type of a fungus or a larvae that's in the pot, it will kill them. All right? It won't harm the plant. It doesn't harm the plant at all. It's beneficial for them. This is the Aztec Plus. You can buy this on eBay or you can buy it on our website, cashyourgreens.com. We even have a membership, or you guys can get a monthly membership for this. You can buy it by the case, you can buy it single bottles, whatever you like. And the price is labeled accordingly. And we have, when you go to our website, a discount code pops up so you can get it at a greater discount.
Is that automatic when you go down there?
Yep.
So once you go in that site, the promo would kick.
The promo pops up. Just copy the promo code and at the checkout, and you get the discount. So that's for spider mites, mealybugs, aphids. Those are, but the spider mites, they're the worst. Aphids you can identify immediately. You have an aphid problem. Mealybugs, you can see them too. You see the white little cottony balls that are on there. Those are the egg sacs, and you can even just squish those with your fingers. But and another one, ants. Ants are the ones that transport the aphids and the mealybugs.
I don't see any ants.
I don't see any ants, but put ant traps around your plants, and that will also help prevent the spreading of the mealybugs and the aphids, because the ants have a symbiotic relationship with these insects. They produce a honeydew as a excretion, and the ants feed off of that. It's like sugar to them. So ants are, if you see ants crawling around you've got a problem with aphids or mealybugs.
We have another issues that sent to us. It said that he had the citrus and it was not doing well, and it was okay for 3 years. And after those 3 years, it's starting to decline and did not produce good fruit, and it's a big tree. So probably in that case, the plant has to be removed. You know, if it is been there in that pot for so long, because old soil is not good for your plants, any plants or citrus. So what do? You have to examine the roots first.
Got to
right?
examine the roots, and that's easy to do. I'm not going to do it with this plant because it's an acclimation, but you just simply take the pot and massage it around the base, flip it upside down, slide the pot off, and examine the roots. Get yourself a 20x magnifying glass. If you don't have one of those, there's an app you can get on your cell phone, and it's a magnifying glass that turns your camera into a magnifying glass with a light on. You have a light on your phone, and yeah, I have that. And you can examine your roots, and you want to look to see if you can see these little tiny. Break up some of the roots in there and look, see if you see these little tiny larvae. Those are fungus gnats, if you see those. And what they're doing is they are feeding on the roots, on the hair roots of your plant, and they will kill your plant. And that's why I call them that's why I call them ninja bugs, because you can't see them. It's an invisible killer. Everything looks good. You don't see any insects on the leaves. Everything looks good. Your soil's moist, but your plant's dying. It's dying from underneath inside the pot.
So I found that out that the most that kill the plants is fungus gnats and the spider mites. And we're going to do a video on fungus gnats, guys, because
I'm doing a book right now on fungus gnats. I'm writing a book right now on fungus gnats. But getting back to your plant, after you see that, if you do see that there is little larvae in there, take that plant out, break the soil off, take a hose, high pressure those roots, get it all off, get yourself some of the potting mix for citrus, repot the plant. Oh, and also spray your plant roots with the Azotec, then put it in a pot and put new potting mix in there, and within 30 days, boom, your plant is coming back to life like never before, like it was never affected.
So we will show them in the next video what are the different methods, because we've been using these methods and it is very effective, and I realized that some of our plants, recovering from these techniques. So we're going to release this next video on dealing with fungus gnats and what are the ways to get rid of them.
How do you know if you have a fungus gnat problem before? What can you do to prevent fungus gnats?
We will cover that.
Okay, we'll cover that in another one. All right, good enough.
Video. So this is for now, guys. Again, don't be panicked when you see your plant like, oh my gosh, I just bought this plant last week, and then within 3 days, what happened to my citrus? So if you look at that picture, that is caused by environmental stress. Because when you buy, like for example, when you buy citrus during cold winter months, so by changing the temperature from the greenhouse, and then you take them down and bring to your home. So the environment in your home is not the same as the environment in the greenhouse. You have to imitate that environment from the greenhouse by acclimating it, in the same way.
Also, you can get yourself a very cheap little inexpensive humidity gauge. Put it on the table next to your citrus tree. It'll tell you what's your humidity. If your humidity is too low, buy yourself a little humidifier, cheap little humidifier. In the process, get yourself a spray bottle and mist your citrus plant once, twice a day. Just to give it a little misting like that, that extra moisture on there will help your plant tremendously.
Okay, so
that's all for today.
So thank you guys for watching, and if you have
don't forget to subscribe, guys. Subscribe, click that like button, and check out our products on our website. I'll put the links down below the description of the video, and we'll see you next time. Until then, Marcy and Greg, peace out.